Lend me your ear. I got something you need to hear. Turn the volume up so it's loud and clear. A podcast where we talk about politics and culture, unscripted, no limits. Like a 504 soldier, we're not pretenders, ain't no agendas. Our only plan is to keep it 100 and do it for the fam. Yeah. What up? What up? What up?
What's going on?
Same old same. 6 mil. Keeping it trill.
It's your boy KG.
Welcome to episode 11 for the Fam Podcast. What's up with you, brother? How you been feeling?
Good, man. Good. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but, slept a little bit this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been all good, though. Not a bad week overall.
Yeah. It's all good. Yeah, I'm just, working, trying to stay afloat like all of us. It get harder every day, but
Running away from them dogs.
yeah, hey. As my mama would say, just be happy you got a job where you're able to make ends meet. So
absolutely.
With that, I try and keep my complaining to a minimum.
Especially in today's climate.
Facts. So what you want to get into today, bro?
So today we want to talk about racial disparities in Hollywood. Nothing in particular. We're not focusing on one particular decade or era of Hollywood, just as a whole. Going all the way back to the 40s.
This will probably be an extended conversation. So we may have to cut some segments out of this podcast, depending on how this conversation flows. I'm just saying we may not get to a Rourke, or we may not get to current events, but we will definitely do our 5 on the Black Hand Side movie review. We got a special movie for you guys this week, and we'll do our closing monologue as well. So with that being said, where you want to start, brother? You want to just jump right into it?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it.
So, we could take it all the way back. I know you and I talk about Hattie McDaniel a lot. So, going back to...
From what movie?
Gone with the Wind.
Okay.
Yeah.
What role did she play?
Mammy.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
So, something I found out, and I've been spreading this lie for years too. I really didn't know this. She actually did receive her award during the ceremony. What happened is she wasn't allowed to come through the front door. She wasn't allowed to sit with the cast. She had to sit back the stage. They had to. And the movie studio had to basically beg for them to allow her to come in and accept the award. They didn't even want her in the building. So
they were just gonna mail it to her, give it to her the next day.
She won. Whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't. But see, I originally thought that she wasn't allowed in the building at all.
Right.
I thought that somebody just brought it to her later. But no, she actually did. And I looked up, and there's a speech and everything that she gave. So, yeah, she had to submit her acceptance speech. It had to be accepted by the Academy, by the studio, and the owners of the establishment.
They consider that to be like a classic, right? Gone with the Wind. An extremely racist movie in itself.
I've seen it several times.
They're all about supporting the South in the Civil War and all of that kind of stuff. Whatever. I was looking up some stats since we were talking about Hattie Lee McDaniel. Here's some interesting stats. One Black actress has won the Oscar for a leading role. Do you know who that one actress is?
Halle Berry.
Correct. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Black actors have won for Best Actor in a leading role. I'm not going to ask you to name them, but you could probably.
How about say we can probably? Obviously, I Sidney Poitier, Denzel, Jamie Foxx, Mahershala Ali.
No. You good on 3?
I know these. Who the last 2?
Will Smith.
That's right. It was overshadowed by the slap. So
yes, and there's one more that you're missing.
Shoot.
It was Sidney Poitier, Denzel, Jamie Foxx, Will Smith. Is one more.
Had to be recent. Of course, I don't pay attention as much.
You probably ain't gonna get it. I give you a hint. Does that help? I'm trying to make a funny face, y'all.
Oh, shit.
And it's a good thing we're not on video.
Hold up.
All right, I'm gonna just stop. It's Forrest Whitaker, Last King of Scotland.
Well, one of my favorite damn movies. How the hell did I forget that?
Yeah,
I still got that on DVD.
Yeah. So those are the 5.
How the hell did I forget that?
But just think about that. Is many leading men has come through Hollywood. 1 black female, 5 black men. You want to know how many black directors have won the Oscar?
It's either 0 or 1.
2. In the history of the Academy, 2 black actors have won the Oscar.
Directors,
I'm sorry. Since 2007, 84% of the top grossing films have been directed by white directors, while black directors have managed just 6% of the top grossing films. It's crazy the disparity that takes place in Hollywood, but if you let them tell it, it's a bastion of liberal wokeness. When you look at it behind the scenes, to use more Hollywood terms, pretty racist there also.
At the top, I think you still got the good old boy network.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have, your actors who speak out frequently.
Mm-hmm.
Your producers, your directors who speak out and make movies. But those people at the top, go ahead, keep speaking out while I take you to the bank. They don't care. I mean, them big time studio heads, they don't care.
Yeah.
Go ahead, make those movies because we're gonna profit off of them.
Yeah.
And then we're not gonna do anything to change.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so crazy to just think. And we were talking about this previously, how Spike Lee couldn't get funding for Malcolm X. And if you guys really want to know, you should look this up. But he had to go to Oprah, Prince, Michael Jordan, people like that to actually get funding to make Malcolm X because studios wouldn't touch it. Figured it was too controversial. Let that sink in, y'all. And while we're on that, Denzel 100% should have won Best Actor for Malcolm X. It's almost an insult that he won for Training Day and not Malcolm X.
I forget, because I didn't look it up, but I forget what movies were in that category. But I do remember
the year that Malcolm X came out.
Yeah, I remember it was a slew of amazing movies. But it doesn't matter. That role was done better than anybody else that year.
Right. Facts. Crazy, dog. You know what else is crazy? Lawrence Fishburne and Angela Bassett didn't win for playing Ike and Tina.
Yeah.
The biggest snubs ever. And I'm not even sure if they got nominated.
I don't think they did.
That's nuts. 2 of the best performances in Hollywood cinema history, at least in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy, bro. But it's also like when I think about, to take this to the small screen series, right? Did you watch the Watchmen series?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So Watchmen is a great series starring Regina King and Yahya Abdul-Mateen. Is that his name? The second. Great series. Go back, check it out. But that's when, I'm not going to say that's when we first started learning about Bass Reeves, but I'm going to say that's when the general public, using air quotes, probably started learning about Bass Reeves because it was one of the main topics or storylines in that show.
Well, hell, you've been talking about Bass Reeves for 20, 30 years.
Because it's just a fact that the Lone Ranger is based off Bass Reeves. Anyone who denies that is just not being truthful. But I digress. The point that I want to make in talking about the Watchmen series, it was done by Damon Lindelof, who's the same guy who done Lost and a couple of those shows like that. I don't think a black showrunner would have been able to make that movie or that series. I don't, just like Spike Lee couldn't get the green light, I don't think HBO would have gave a black studio or a black showrunner the green light to talk about Bass Reeves, to make the story about, take the Watchmen, which is a very popular comic.
It is.
And make the main character a black woman.
Hell of a movie, hell of a series.
Yeah. To take Dr. Manhattan, your titular character,
make him black.
And make him a black man. To take Hooded Justice and make him a black man. I don't think HBO would have been as willing to give it a thumbs up if a black director, writer came and said, "Hey, check out my pitch. I'm gonna take Watchmen, but I'm gonna flip it on his ear." I think they would have probably been like,
how many seasons?
Maybe not. Only one.
Yeah.
But I think that's because dude said he didn't want to do.
But he came out there. I believe he came out later and said that was pretty much all that he was slated to do.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Just the one season.
Great freaking series.
Oh yeah, I remember when I saw it was announced, I was like, oh
my goodness. Great series. But to stay on that, Lovecraft Country.
Oh yeah.
Only got one season. And all of the stories started coming out about how Misha was hard to work with, and and it's just like this also a great series about black people. And it's just like, do you guys want black stories to be told? Do you want them to succeed? Or are you always looking for an angle to get out of?
Because it seems like often it's always like the black actor is hard to work with.
Angry black woman trope, in my opinion.
So they're hard to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go talk to them and they go, what? Talk to the cast, they looking at you like, no, we didn't have no problems on set.
Right.
So where did this come from? Somebody said something somewhere.
Somebody said do it this way, and the writer director was like, no. I mean, simple, but no, we're not. Go ahead, bro.
To piggyback off of something you just said about the percentages, production budgets on average are 25% lower than films with no black lead. These are films with black leads are 25% lower than films with no black leads. Not no black characters, but black leads. So once you put a black lead in, your budget drops 25%.
With that being said, maybe we shouldn't be so hard on Tubi movies.
Oh, listen, they're hilarious. Listen. So, hold up. I'm about to jump on because you brought it up. So this guy posted a video on Instagram the other day, and he was narrating. He was like, "Hey, watch this, y'all." And it was a sex scene. And the lady comes home. She hears something upstairs. The sex scene, they're in a bathroom stall. A bathroom stall. Looked like something at an airport or a restaurant or something like that. And dude is narrating. He's like, watch this, y'all. Watch when she get upstairs. The wife gets up. I'm going to wait for you to drink that water because you're going to spit that out when I tell you this. She comes upstairs. They're in a bathroom stall. You can see the lady's clothes are dropped down in the man's pants. She busts open the door. They're in the bed, butt naked. The same couple.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
So they basically teleported from what looked like a public restroom to the bedroom. But kudos to them for putting out all of those movies and the whole,
that part.
And it's the same three brothers
that part.
And I don't mean like, for some people, not actual blood brothers, but brothers that are in almost all of these movies.
I was just going to say, so even though we're hard on Tubi movies, and some of them aren't good. Some of them aren't bad, but some of them really aren't good. But at least they're giving Black cinema a chance, a shot. So yes, we make fun of Tubi movies, but at the same time, I salute you guys for just giving people a chance to get their films made, to get their stories told. And who knows, with a better budget, maybe that scene looks different. You know what I'm saying? It is all in. It's like, even though people love Black Panther, and we do also, that one scene where the CGI looks so bad when Killmonger throws him and he swings around the pole and comes back in his fighting position. It's just like, wait, this big budget movie and you put this crappy CGI in here?
Wakanda Forever. The beach fight scene where she jumped off that rock. It literally looked like they took an action figure and threw it from one rock to the other. Like she jumped off. It's like, yo.
It's crazy.
That didn't even look like, it literally looked like somebody probably just tied a rope to it, threw it off the rock.
Yeah. It's funny, since we're on Black Panther. I remember seeing an article like before the movie actually came out. And I forget who wrote it, and they're not worth mentioning anyway. But it was like, Black Panther's gonna flop. And I was reading it and I'm like, why would whoever wrote this article, why would you say that?
Because we were excited.
But at the same time, it's like, why would Disney allow something like this to get out? And it's just like, do companies indirectly sabotage some Black films so they won't have to greenlight them? You know what I'm saying? I mean, because the narrative is always, no one goes to see them, and that's why you don't get the budget, because no one goes to see Black films. So it just makes me think, sometimes, are they that diabolical in their planning as a way to not greenlight or dismiss Black ideas, Black films, Black pitches, whatever you want to call them, to sabotage them and say, hey, look at the data. Your movies just don't get the support. I've always wondered that, bro.
Whereas for us, we think the movies, most of those movies that they call flops or busts, we love.
Right.
They become classics.
Right.
Then they, of course, not as much now with DVDs because we stream everything, but we would buy the DVDs out. And then at that time, with a lot of those movies back in the day, especially Spike Lee movies, I was in retail back then. Man, them damn movies would hit the DVD section, they'd be gone.
Right.
The whole damn thing. But of course, look where I worked. I worked in Cal City.
Well,
so we come in there and buy them all.
The latest project from Spike and Denzel, A$AP Rocky, I think it was only in theaters for a couple weeks. It was basically a straight to Apple Plus project. Like, this is Spike Lee. This is Denzel. They can't get funded. And I'm listen, I don't know if there was an issue with funding, but I'm just saying, for this to not be a major release is crazy to me. If this was COVID, I would completely understand. But we're not in COVID anymore.
I could only imagine that it was something Spike Lee Spike Lee negotiated. Because I mean, it is on Apple TV, so people will watch it. I mean, it's in the top 10 right now.
Yeah.
Because I saw it, the top 10 list today. So I think it was like number 3 or number 4, top 10 at Apple Plus TV. So I haven't watched it yet myself, but yeah, I think it was only in theaters for about
it was a
weeks.
Very short period.
Yeah.
Very short. I think most people probably didn't even realize that it was in theaters. So I don't know, bro. You want to touch on some like double standards?
So here's something I do want to talk about: the typecasting.
Okay, yeah.
So, and I'm gonna go all the way back. You ever seen Carmen Jones?
Yeah.
With Belafonte and Dorothy Dandridge?
Yeah.
Now, I'm just gonna go on the record and say, probably one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life.
I hated how many times they showed her smoking cigarettes in that movie, but that's just me.
She was all over him in that movie. Remember that Jeep scene when he was trying to drive? Because they were trying to cast her as the Black Marilyn Monroe.
Yes.
Everything she did, she was sensual, exotic.
Yes.
Like, like a temptress.
Yes.
She was nominated. I think she was nominated for that movie for an Oscar.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. I think Harry Belafonte was too. Now, here's the reason I'm bringing that up. You brought up early the number of female actors and male actors. Hattie McDaniel won in 1940. Halle Berry won when?
Monsters Ball, so it was definitely in the 2000s. Yeah.
61 years.
Well, to that same point, Sidney Poitier won for Lilies in the Field in 1960 something.
It was Let me see, I got that written down or typed out, whatever.
And
it was in 64, I think.
Yeah, and Denzel didn't win again until the 90s.
So,
or no, the 2000s. Wait, when did Training Day come out?
2000, 2001.
Yeah.
Because him and Halle Berry won the same night.
Yeah.
Did you know that Hattie McDaniel's Oscar went missing? It was donated to Howard University. It went missing for 60 years. They just recently replaced it, the Academy. 60 plus years, her Oscar went missing.
Crazy.
And it still hasn't been found. From Howard University, it went missing. And it took the Academy 60 damn years.
That's crazy. I wanted to look this up, and shame on me. I wanted to look up like how many Black people are actually on the Academy or have been on the Academy. I wanted to look that up, and it totally slipped my mind.
Because Will Smith wasn't.
I don't think he had like a vote. I don't think. But we could be wrong on that. But even that's recent. I mean, like just going back through the years, I'm pretty sure it was probably all white people.
And back in those days.
Until probably recent. But even it. So, and this is going to lead into the movie we're going to talk about at the end. Think about this, bro. In the 1920s and stuff, when you had movies like Othello, the most racist movie ever made, Birth of a Nation, movies like
that was screened, in the White House,
movies like Black Like Me, those are white people in blackface,
and people wonder why it's
offensive. Yeah, they didn't even want Black people to be in their movies. That's so crazy, bro. The character Othello is written to be Black. You couldn't get a Black person to fill that role. And don't get me wrong, y'all. Yes, I've seen the Eddie Murphy skits where he's dressed like the white man. Yes, I've seen the Dave Chappelle skits where he's the newscaster as the white guy. Yes, those are meant to be funny, though. They're satire.
Don't forget Bob from accounting or Bob from marketing. We can't forget Bob from marketing now.
Oh man, you just totally threw me off. Anyway, those were comedic portrayals. They were meant to be funny.
Yeah. And everyone found them funny. Black folks, white folks, everybody found it funny.
These were just pure, you're not included. Yes, this character is in Birth of a Nation. The villain, the Black guy,
is a white dude.
In blackface that the KKK actually comes and lynches at the end. It's just like, wow, you're that racist that you didn't even want the Black dude who was the villain who gets killed at the end. You don't even want him to be in the movie.
You know what's wild about that? So, Black women were over-sexualized.
Oh, definitely. And still are.
Yeah. To give an excuse as to why, especially because, the over-sexualization goes back to slavery.
Yes.
Well, they asked for it.
Yes.
They wanted it.
Yes.
They were in heat.
Yes.
Basically. And then at the same time, when you flip it, Birth of a Nation shows, well, the Black man can't resist the pretty white girl. We got to protect him from the Black man. So we rape the Black women because they want it from us. At the same time, the Black man is trying to
It's kind of the same narrative that goes on today, dog. Think about this, man. And shout out to Quentin Tarantino, because I never thought about it this way. But the whole King Kong allegory, the big black ape that can't resist the white woman. And it's just like, man,
we were kids, we just used to watch it.
Right,
like,
right. And then you grow up and you go, what in the hell is this?
Yep.
It's so crazy, the racial undertones, bro. Since we're on this, think about this, bro. Think about Sidney Poitier. Think about Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, because I think that was like one of the first interracial couples, right, in Hollywood.
Good movie.
They tried to make her parents cool. They were cool with the interracial relationship. They made his mama the racist one in the movie. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. But I don't know what her job was. I don't know if she was just a student, but he's the best of the best. He's a doctor, a good-looking young doctor. So yeah, sure, they're going to accept him. What if he was just dude who worked at the mill? Would they have been as accepting? It's just, and I'm just
he
like,
could have been the president, and they wouldn't have been accepting in that time of this country.
Probably right, but I'm like, okay, I'm not even mad that y'all made his mother the racist one. I'm mad that y'all made her parents cool with it, because in reality, all four of those parents would have probably been against it for different reasons. This ain't gonna work, y'all. Sorry, this just ain't gonna work. And it's just like, the hero. Why do you always have to be the hero in every movie, every scenario, every story? You got to position yourself to be the hero, the quote unquote white savior complex.
Now I know we just showed Quentin Tarantino some love. I'm gonna go back and talk about
only in that specific instance, because he is problematic.
So he wrote in, coincidentally, and I laugh at this, the scene in From Dusk Till Dawn. He just had to have a sex scene with Selma Hayek. Like, actors have from that movie have said, like, yeah, you know why he wrote that in. Of course,
interesting.
Of course, he was gonna have the that scene with the leading lady. But it's I got to be the hero.
Yeah,
you know,
he was a total perv in that movie too.
Oh man,
oh my goodness. But yeah, no, like 12 Years a Slave. Brad Pitt had to be the one to come get him his freedom. Gotta be the hero. And it's just like,
and then who came to get him? Another white man.
It's like, you can't have it both ways. You can't be the villain and the hero of every freaking story. 9 times out of 10, you're just a villain. But you always got to try and interject yourself as the hero. And we've talked about this before. We were kids. We would play cowboys and Indians. Everybody wanted to be the cowboy. Nobody wanted to be the Indian. How movies and propaganda just took that story and flipped it completely upside down and always made the Indians the bad guys, the savages. The white people were always the heroes.
And all they were doing was protecting their land.
All they were doing was protecting their land and themselves, because they were also being raped. They were also being murdered and slaughtered at record numbers.
They almost wiped out the entire population of buffaloes just so they wouldn't have anything to eat, or buffalo hides to keep them warm in the winter. Think about that.
Yeah.
You know how evil you have to be?
Yeah.
To purposely slaughter thousands on top of thousands of buffalo.
Yeah.
So somebody else can't eat. And then you didn't even eat them. You just slaughtered them and left them there to rot.
Yeah. Y'all think about that when y'all eating y'all Thanksgiving turkey in a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way that media has been used to propagate in America, and maybe not just in America, maybe all over the world, but the way it's been used in America is just sickening, man. It is truly sickening.
But what's sad is that when someone would hear what we're saying, probably call us out. because they believed the propaganda so long.
Oh,
and all
sure.
we're doing is just saying, hey, this is what happened.
Yeah.
We don't have a problem with what happened. You do.
Yeah.
You're the one that don't want to hear history.
Right.
So like we're talking about Hollywood. When we hear, oh, well, this woman should have won that Oscar. Well, she should have.
Right.
You just don't think she should have because I'm saying she should have. You just have to be divisive. You have to be oppositional to me.
Yeah.
Like going back, I pulled up all types of articles. They say Dorothy Dandridge absolutely should have won an Oscar in that movie. They say Harry Belafonte absolutely should have won. And he was the safe one.
Right.
Even though he really wasn't.
Right.
Because he didn't play.
Right. Right. Was the most militant out of all of them.
All of them.
The most militant. I'm just, this really gets me fired up, bro. So we're both Marvel fans, right? I'm old enough to remember, you're old enough to remember when Robert Downey Jr. was strung out on drugs, getting arrested every other weekend.
It was sad. It was
sad, but it was tragic, but wasn't exactly quote unquote good guy.
We grew up with him getting arrested more often than not.
Right.
And I've had this conversation with the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, when they were younger, and they're like, seriously? I'm like, man, go back and look. Robert Downey Jr. was always into something.
And this is the guy that you didn't just make the face of your franchise, but you're bringing him back to be the face of your franchise. Now, I'm saying all of that to say this. And you may feel differently about this, but Jonathan Majors, who was supposed to be the next face of your franchise, you cut that dude's throat so quick. And then the truth comes out. Whether you think he should have slammed her back in the car or not, basically it was self-defense. Everything they tried to claim that this man did really didn't go down that way. The only problem I got with Jonathan Majors is telling that white woman that she should be like Coretta Scott King. That was the biggest issue. I'm like, hold on, bro. What?
Yeah.
But him pushing her back in the car is not grounds for him to lose his career. And it's just like, where is his second chance?
I don't even think it was that. I think by the time the truth came out.
But they didn't wait on the truth.
Yeah, it had already been, well, no, Marvel waited. The public did.
I got you.
Because the second it was announced, because I ain't gonna lie, even I was like, bro, what are you doing? You're about to be the biggest
man.
Right. Because he's a hell of an actor.
Yes.
So when all of that happened, and then of course when they, went to trial and all of that stuff, and you're like, okay, am I missing something? Like, because what I was told for the last 6 months doesn't seem to be what happened.
Right.
But by that time, it didn't matter.
And
then Marvel, I mean, at that point, they're like, well, shoot, we got to get rid of it.
Yeah.
You didn't have to, but.
Right. That part, you didn't have to.
But in their eyes, they're like, well, now we got to.
Yeah. And it's just like, where's the second chance? So many actors have, it's Hollywood. They do crazy, wild, dumb shit.
All the time.
Sean Penn them when they were young. The dude stayed in jail. Never been blackballed.
Stayed beating on Madonna. Brad Pitt. I mean,
whether you think it's true or not, but old girl ain't got no reason to lie.
On that plane, well, his kids don't either. Yeah. But if Brad Pitt called Marvel tomorrow and asked for a role, oh, sure. What movie do you want to be in? Guarantee you. But we have testimony from your children and your now ex-wife that you lost your mind on that plane, which you even admitted you was tripping. You hit like 2 of your kids on that plane. Angela Jolie said she feared for her life.
No second chances, though, if you're a black actor, though. You don't get you gotta be perfect.
Yep.
You got it is and listen, y'all. Let me make this clear. I am not advocating for acceptance. I am not saying that we need their validation. I'm not saying that at all. In fact, I'm all about our own network, make our own movies, make our own stories, which is why I kind of like got an issue with Tyler Perry, because I'm like, bro, you got the studio, quit putting out this crap and start giving other people a chance to tell stories and to put some meaningful stuff out into the atmosphere. But this is why we need our own studios. We need our own studio heads. We need our own studio execs. We need our own channels. Yes, I understand that these things take money, lots of money, but we still need it, because if we keep depending on them to try and tell our stories, we'll always get a half truth. We'll always get a white savior. We'll always get the white hero complex, because that's what they want, or at least that's what they think the public wants to see. So that's why I'm saying all of this, y'all. Is not about the validation. Like I said, I can care less. We're just trying to illustrate a point that what they claim is liberal Hollywood really ain't that liberal when you get down to it. That's basically all we're trying to say here. You got some more you wanna talk about in this, bro?
So, kind of.
Go
So,
for it.
so I hate to keep harping on the over-sexualization, but that's something that's always bothered me.
Man, let's get into it. Let's dive deep into that.
So, we talked about Dorothy Dandridge a lot.
Yeah.
But you know who was the most over-sexualized black woman in Hollywood history? Eartha Kitt.
Mm.
Can you think of any role, and I mean any role, she's ever done where she wasn't some sort of temptress?
That's a good point, bro.
None.
Yeah.
Even as Catwoman.
I was just about to say that, bro. Even as Batman, when you look back at it, just like, why is she acting like that?
She couldn't get it. Adam West couldn't run far enough.
Right. You're right, bro.
Boomerang.
Yeah.
She was wild.
Hey, that whole scene was wild, bro.
Pam Grier.
Oh my God.
Us as kids, we look at Pam Grier half naked.
Every movie.
Shirt
for
off.
No reason.
No reason. No focus on range.
Nope.
But then Tarantino put her in a position where, yes, she was still dressed sexy. Yes, she still had on the clothes. But the range.
Yeah.
She was able to show that she actually could act.
Right. No, you right, bro. And we were talking about Tiana Taylor in that new movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Mm-hmm.
Completely over-sexualized in that movie.
So there's a new series. I think it's Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Kim Kardashian in it and a couple other famous actors. I think Tiana Taylor is having an affair with somebody in that show.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's a white dude she's having an affair with.
Dude. She's, spoiler alert, she's having an affair with Sean Penn, and
yeah.
The dude is 115 years old.
And he look like
And he looks like it.
I got one that's about to mess you up though. Angela Bassett in Kyle, what is the movie? Why am I drawing a blank? Her, Whitney Houston?
Oh, the Terry McMillan movie. Waiting to Exhale.
Dude, why couldn't I think of?
Yeah.
She was done dirty.
As far as
in the movie.
Oh, by
her husband.
Yeah, Michael Beach.
Right. Why did she turn out to be the angry? Like, why was she nothing she did in that movie after he left her was justified. She was over exaggerating. Then she was
burning up the car and all that, burning up the house, all
people
that kind of stuff.
People telling her she's overreacting.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So it didn't focus on her character growth. It just focused on her intensity.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't focus on, okay, now she's going to get back on her feet. Now, eventually, she does.
Right.
But just getting there, it was just a bunch of nonsense throughout the movie with her.
Mm-hmm.
Nia Long. We love Nia Long.
Mm-hmm.
Has Nia Long been anything other than the sexy love interest? Has she been a doctor? Has she been a lawyer? Has she been a marketing executive? Has she run her own company? Or is she just always the sexy love interest?
It's funny. Y'all never even looked at it like that. And I seen an interview, and I don't know if it was her or one of those other actresses in that age range, but they said like they would go to not interviews, casting calls.
Mm-hmm.
It would be like all of the top black actresses all going out for one role. And then, it's just like, we all got to compete for this one role. It's like, why aren't there several roles for us instead of making us fight for one and you pitting us against each other? Why can't we just have a plethora of roles to go out for? Is that type of stuff too that, doesn't get mentioned, doesn't get highlighted. The fact that how they put black actresses against each other to make them all fight for the same role over and over and over and create that animosity instead of a sisterhood, which most of them developed that sisterhood anyway.
Right.
But yeah, just the way that they tried to pit them against each other is crazy.
I saw something where it said that Hollywood markets black actresses as fiery, seductive, and mysterious. But they don't do it for white actresses.
Yeah.
They market them in that way.
Yeah.
And with Nia Long, I think the only movie that she's ever been in, now she's never been poor in these movies and, destitute, but I think the only movie where she was actually given like a successful person, like I'm highly successful, was Best Man. But of course, all of them were successful.
Right. No, I hear you.
And we still love her.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Hey, she's absolutely hilarious in that movie with Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy and what is it called, man? It's on Netflix.
Oh, with
the comedy
Lauren
David.
And all
yeah. David Duchovny, whatever that movie is called. She's hilarious in that, man. That's just a funny movie though. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, bro. Is like I said, they try and paint Hollywood as this liberal place, and it's really just not that liberal when you get down to it, bro. Think about Star Wars as a whole. Long time ago. Galaxy far, far away. There's only one black person in the whole star system y'all in. I ain't talking about the new ones, y'all. I'm talking about the original 3.
So Billy D ain't had no family, no mama,
Billy
no
D,
daddy.
the only black dude in the whole galaxy. What? What? George Lucas, knock it off. And you married to a black woman. Knock it off. Billy D. Williams.
For a long time.
Yeah. Then when they get the new one, y'all mad because it's one black stormtrooper. My goodness.
Furious.
Was talking about boycotting the movie.
So much so that he basically pulled himself away from Hollywood.
Right.
And did Who Cloned Tyrone.
Right.
He was great in that.
Right. Dude's just a good actor.
Oh, yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's a shame. Even he said, he was like, I had to pull myself, away from all that mess.
Yeah. It's just nuts, bro. It's absolutely nuts. I said, when we try and think of how inclusive it is, and when you get behind the scenes, it's really exclusive. And I've always said it's one of the most racist places in America. I've always said that. What was the Sony CEO who got caught talking about like big name stars on that voicemail that got leaked a few years back? And it's just like that Ice Cube excerpt. Here's what they think about you.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what they think about you. Here's what yeah. And then they take the Spike Lee.
From Do the Right Thing.
Yeah. And it's just, it's funny now.
It's funny, but it's
funny because it's true.
Yeah.
That's why it's funny, because it's true. You know what I'm saying? And in order to not go out and want to strangle somebody, sometimes you have to laugh, to just go, hey, throw my hands up. You know what I'm saying? Marvin Gaye made me want to holler, throw up both my hands because it's just I said sometimes you just gotta what they were talking about on Centers when he couldn't finish his story and he just started humming. Sometimes that's how you feel. You just can't even finish the story. You just gotta start humming.
Yeah, if you ever around somebody and they trying to tell a story and they start humming, just get away from them.
Yeah.
They're probably about to sock the hell out.
Yeah. The words at that point, the words just don't work anymore. They gotta get it out their system one way or another. Anything else you wanna touch on, bro?
I think that's it.
Done with the sexualization?
Yep.
All right, cool. So, do we want to move into our surprise 5 on the black hand side?
Absolutely.
Whoo! Deep breaths.
Now, before we get into this, we will say we watched this movie as a kid. We probably realized how crazy what we were watching was, but just didn't care at that time.
And it is so. Look, full disclosure, y'all. This movie triggered me. Not as a kid, like KG was just saying. As a kid, you watch this and you think, it's kind of goofy, but it's kind of funny. So me and KG were having a conversation. This was a few months ago. And he was like, man, go watch this movie again. And I was like, why? What's wrong with it? He was like, oh, just go watch it again. So I tried to watch this movie as an adult. I could not finish it. I was so triggered. And that movie is Soul Man.
Yes, sir.
Soul Man was released in 1986. It starred C. Thomas Howell, Radon Chong, James Earl Jones, Leslie Nielsen, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and a couple of other actors that you would recognize. You want to tell them what this movie about, bro?
Yeah. So, Soul Man, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that didn't see this movie. Soul Man is a comedy filmed in the 80s. It's about a privileged white college student named Mark Watson who desperately wants to attend Harvard Law, but doesn't want to ask his wealthy parents for help. When he learns that a scholarship intended for black students is available, he takes an extreme and offensive route. He darkens his skin and pretends to be black to qualify. It follows him as he navigates Harvard. He befriends and develops friendships, feeling sorry for a black classmate who should have received the scholarship he took, which makes this movie even more problematic. Through this, he begins to understand racism and discrimination from the outside looking in. But the film was widely criticized for using blackface and for treating serious racial issues as comedy.
Every negative black stereotype that you can think of
was in this
movie. And it was not funny. There's a difference in offensive and there's a difference in funny. Now, what do I mean by that? Take Tropic Thunder.
Funny.
Robert Downey Jr. being in blackface. We're not excusing that. But the difference was they recognized in the movie that he shouldn't have been in blackface. They constantly took shots at him in the movie for doing it.
He was a dude playing the dude.
Right. And that's what made it funny because they recognized, like, bro, you so out of pocket for doing this. But in Soul Man, it was just like, this what y'all think of black people? This is how y'all think black people act? This is what y'all think is funny? That scene when they were at her house for dinner and he's trying to be a pimp. Man, I wanted to fight that I wanted to fight that dude, man.
And we like C. Thomas Howell.
Man, bro. I'm just like, and my wife like, why you still watching this? And finally I was just like, you're right. Let me turn this off. Cause I'm literally like just getting angry watching this, and I'm just like, this is one of the most offensive movies I think I've ever seen. And I bet they didn't have any problem getting this greenlit.
Oh no, I can
no problem with the budget.
Studio heads were like, "Oh, this is wonderful."
Exactly. They thought that this was hilarious, and it's just like the 80s in itself were problematic, the way that they typecast and stereotype, and still do to a certain extent, even with the over-sexualization that we were just talking about. But it even with the black guy always got to be the hood guy, or the criminal, or some type of angle like that, right? Or you got to be the funny sidekick, right? Which is another thing about Marvel that we probably didn't touch on, is Brody, sidekick. Sam, sidekick. It's just like, can we get away from the sidekick trope? So you either the funny sidekick, or you the sidekick that just follows around the white dude the whole time. And it's just like, this typecasting stuff gotta stop.
Or you're being told in a movie, be careful, you're not Steve Rogers. No, but I am Captain America.
Right.
What?
Right. I got the mantle. Yeah. So to get back to Soul Man, I'm not telling anybody to go watch this movie. In fact, I think this movie should probably be banned.
Right.
Hey, and I mean that. What about free speech? Damn that shit. This movie should be banned, bro. This is, like I said, one of the most offensive movies I think I've seen, bro. And that's including movies like Mississippi Burning and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Those movies anger me, but in a different way. This was just like the jokes, just like what they say, we're laughing at you and not with you. And that's what that whole movie was, is we're laughing at you, not with you.
It's one thing to get the scholarship that's intended for one other person. He went like full stereotype.
Crazy with it.
I'm about to take every stereotype that I've ever heard about black folk and keep
crazy with it.
He's a Harvard guy.
Yeah.
Ain't none of these people you hanging around acting hood. And I'm using air.
No, exactly.
But you come in here and you acting like a pimp in these folks' house.
Right.
Knowing damn well if this was real life, straight beat down.
Right.
Man, get this dude out my house.
Right. It's just like, every black person don't act this way. Just like there's different type of white people, there's different types of black people. We did the podcast a few episodes back about the Monolith.
Oh, yeah.
That movie basically just put all black people into one group, one category, and said that despite the fact that James Earl Jones was one of the professors, despite the fact that the girl you were over-sexualizing, Rae Dawn Chong, that you chased throughout the whole movie, didn't act that way. But y'all thought it was cool to have this dude basically cooning, to use that term, which I don't like to use, but had this dude cooning. And it's just like, man, just knock it off. Just like, did y'all ask any black, other than James Earl Jones and Rae Dawn Chong? Because you know why they did it. They took that check. They took that check. They took the bag. But besides that, did y'all ask anybody black, like, what do y'all think about this movie? You couldn't have. When this had a screen test, it was, I guarantee, a room full of white people.
And they were belly laughing, guarantee you.
Cracking up. And it's just like, this is the most unfunny comedy ever watched.
I'd love for somebody.
It's crazy offensive.
I'd love for somebody to ask Julia Louis-Dreyfus how she feel about this movie now.
Or Rae Dawn Chong,
she probably go, nah, different question. Next question.
Yeah. Doc, the one chick that was chasing him, the white chick, that was mad in love with him only because he was black. Or she thought that he was black. and it's just like, God damn, this movie is racist as hell.
Yeah, before he went blackface, they had nothing to do with it.
Right. That old movie, gosh, I forget the actor. he's long dead. But I'm pretty sure it's called The Watermelon Man. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I don't think so.
So The Watermelon Man, you can draw parallels, but I'm going to spoil this too. So The Watermelon Man is about a white guy who slowly turns black. And I don't understand like the science of it, or it's been a long time since I've seen it. But he's a white guy that slowly turns into a black guy over time. And I forget the period of time. And like his wife wants to divorce him at first when he starts turning black, but then she like comes around. But then it's a lady in the office who he used to try and flirt with, holler at, whatever, when he was the white guy. But then when he became the black guy, now she want to get with him. And it's just like,
I'm about to mess you up.
The over-sexualization of black men. Roseanne Mama, I already know.
You know who directed that movie?
Don't say somebody black, man.
Melvin Van Peebles.
God damn.
But keep in mind, Melvin Van Peebles made a couple of movies back in those days. That was, remember the one where he had sex for real in the movie and caught a STD?
Was that the sweet back badass song or whatever it's called?
Yeah. So I mean, he was known for. I'm looking at a picture of the Watermelon Man. Oh, this is wild.
It is wild, bro. Dude, the fact that it's called the Watermelon Man.
Yeah, one half is like his hair.
And don't get me wrong, he's black the whole time.
Yeah,
it's a white guy dressed up as a black man.
Right.
But as the movie transitions, he takes
he gets darker.
His
hair changes.
Yeah. He by the end of the movie, he's himself, basically. But it's like he's like super duper racist at first. And and then as he turns black, he starts experiencing racism, et cetera, et cetera. And at the end, he becomes like a militant guy, a black militant guy. And I mean, go ahead.
They wanted to give him Columbia Pictures wanted to give him a 3-movie deal after that movie. And he turned it down. And that's when he went and made Sweetback's Badass Song.
They wanted him to do more coon shit, basically.
And I'm assuming somebody in his life was like, yo, bro.
You better not. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. I did not know that was a Melvin Van Peebles film, bro. God rest his soul.
Yep. I might have to go check this one out.
The things you learn, man. Anyway. Anyway. To basically what Dave Chappelle was saying about why he left the Chappelle Show is along those same lines. Do more coon shit. Use nigger more. And he like, hold up. Wait, no, I don't want to do that.
I think like with him too, he said that, he realized after a while they weren't laughing with him, they were laughing at him.
Yeah.
And he, he said, and of course he did it in his own funny little way when he was talking about it, but basically said that, I found that they was laughing a little too damn hard at some of these jokes. And the one was, remember he was on the plane and they had fish and chicken and they ran out of chicken. And then that little, he showed up dancing and you know what I mean? He said that's what did it for him.
Yeah.
That skit. And he was like, yo, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Hey, Ernie Hudson, guy from Ghostbusters. I was listening to an interview with him. Guy looks great to be 80 years old, by the way.
And I still say he ain't 80. Ain't no way, man.
But I was listening to an interview with him and he was talking about like some of the roles that he had to turn down back in the day where they would want him to be a voodoo doctor or some type of African in a head dress and a grass skirt and all of that kind of stuff. And it's just like good for him for turning down those roles. But think about how every time they portrayed Africa, think about the old Tarzan movies. And it's just like, this is what y'all think of Africa? This is what y'all want the world to think of Africa? that is just savages running around with bones in their noses and grass skirts and spears and all. Just like, no.
Big cauldrons of body parts and brains. And
there is parts of Africa that's developed just like the rest of the world. Otherwise, you fools wouldn't have went there and tried to steal everything. and it's just... Anyway, bro, I'm getting way too worked up. Anyway, y'all, look. F Soul Man, F C Thomas Howell, F whoever wrote the movie, F whoever directed the movie, F the studio heads who greenlit the movie, F them all. And like I said, if I see C. Thomas Howell tomorrow, I might swing on him. That's how much I don't like this movie. With that, we're going to move into our closing monologue. Take it away, my brother.
Appreciate it. So I was going to discuss something that happened in Oklahoma, but I'll let you guys Google it for yourself. Just Google idiot kid gets probation instead of jail time. It'll probably pull up exactly what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
So I want to focus on something today that is more pertinent to what's going on. And I pulled my Black Panther Party sweater out the closet.
Nice sweater.
Appreciate it. So back in the 60s, the Black Panther Party had a 10-point program. It was a vital blueprint for justice and equality. It demanded freedom, full employment, decent housing, education, and an end to police brutality. This program was not just a reaction to the injustices of the time, but a proactive step toward community empowerment. Leaders like Fred Hampton exemplified this spirit, organizing free breakfast programs that fed thousands of children and brought communities together, all communities, Black, white, Hispanic, it didn't matter. These initiatives not only addressed immediate needs, but also sowed the seeds of solidarity and empowerment. Moreover, even groups like the Vice Lords developed community programs that align with the Panthers program. Those collaborations highlighted a broader movement towards community self-reliance and mutual aid. Today, the relevance of the 10-point program remains undeniable. In times of government shutdown and compromised social services, the foundational needs outlined by the Panthers and these community groups highlight the ongoing necessity of grassroots solutions. In essence, the 10-point program and the community efforts it inspired serve as a powerful reminder that the fight for equality and justice is ongoing, and that community-driven initiatives can bridge the gaps left by larger institutions.
Fantastic. Thank you for that, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to wrap up episode 11 of For the Fam podcast. We hope you guys have enjoyed this as much as we have. Again, y'all, like, share, subscribe. We getting there. We gonna get better. We gonna cover more interesting topics. You know what I'm saying? We are trying not to do every show about a political topic. So we'll do more like off the wall shoots like today, you know, like the building Wakanda. We'll do more of those as we go along, just because we don't want to be a political show. We don't want to just focus and chase headlines about you know who. So give us a like, give us a share, leave a comment. You can find us on any major platform where you get your other podcasts. We're there, y'all. Just type in For the Fam, number 4, DAFAM. We're still not quite active with those socials, but we're going to get there. We are working on it. I mean, give us a little grace. We do work full-time jobs, y'all, but I'm telling y'all, we're going to get there. So, with that being said, I'm 6 Mil, keeping it real.
It's your boy KG.
And we'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.